welcome back to my channel. So I'm super excited to be making this video, but before we get started, I'll just let you guys know, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below if you have any questions. But yeah, so as you guys know, Lemon, my three-toed box turtle, if you don't know Lemon, she's a three-toed box turtle. She hasn't been doing her best lately. She kind of stopped eating. She started being very lethargic. Her eyes got kind of puffy, and she just wasn't eating at all. So it didn't seem like a urgent, it was pretty urgent, but it didn't seem like a respiratory infection where it could go bad really fast. It seemed more like it could be parasites because she had most of the symptoms of an internal parasite, but not so much of like a respiratory infection, or there's so many different diseases and sicknesses out there. I'm not going to list all of them, but just the two main ones are basically like parasites and upper respiratory infections, which can both be fatal if they're not treated, basically. Sorry, I just went to look at my camera and it stopped recording after I finished the intro, and this intro is going to be so long, so let me just try and get it all done with. I still haven't even showed you guys the product, but basically what I was saying was it really didn't seem like she had a respiratory infection. She didn't have runny eyes, runny nose, or mucus in her nose or mouth. She really seemed like she didn't have one, maybe just internal parasites, so that's why I decided to get this Reptaid. I was doing a lot of research on what type of, I guess, medicine or immune support, kind of just reptile health care products. I was looking at a bunch of different ones, and this one to me seemed like the best. It is very expensive for what it is. You get 1 ounce for $30, but 1 ounce can give you like 300 doses, I think. It can give you a lot of doses, so that's really good. And basically, there's 2 different types of Reptaid, and this one is extra large because Lemon is, I guess to them, considered an extra large reptile. But basically, animals or reptiles over 250 grams get, well, 250 grams or larger have to use the extra large, and reptiles under 250 grams use just normal Reptaid. And I don't really know what the difference is. I'm pretty sure it's all the same, like all the same plants and extracts and whatever's in here. It's all the same, I'm guessing. I'm pretty sure it's probably just a little bit more diluted for the smaller ones because they can't handle as much because they're very small organisms. So basically, this is the extra large one for Lemon because she's like 1 pound and 3 ounces, so she definitely needs this one. But yeah, this one, from all my research I did, seemed like it would be good. I decided to try it knowing that not everything works and doesn't, and I thought I would try it out. But yeah, I'll tell you guys all the different things that's good about it and bad and everything. So basically, it tells you a bunch about it. Antioxidants, which is really good. Natural purification of foreign contaminants. Supports upper respiratory infections, which I have to say, if your animal has an upper respiratory infection and you know it or you suspect it, definitely take it to the vet right away, because it really can kill them fast from what I've heard. I've never had a reptile with an upper respiratory infection, but I know it does kill fast, and that would be a shame if you don't get them to the vet in time because it's a very serious thing and they need a lot of care. This will not treat an upper respiratory infection. You'll definitely need stronger medications and different medications from just like an herbal plant. Not even a medication because there's no antibiotics in it, really. It's just like plants and different good things. maintains eye and mouth health, which is really good because Lemon, she had really puffy eyes, and she didn't cut them or anything. She didn't like scrape it on anything, which if an animal did scrape their eye on something, it would just have to heal. I don't know how much this would really help it. But for puffy eyes, which could be like an eye infection or something like that, this does help it. If it's a very bad, like super swollen eyes, I would recommend going to the vet. Or just, if you're really worried, go to the vet. But I knew Lemon wasn't in a really bad state, which of course you should take them to the vet before they get really bad, but she really wasn't very bad, and I know her pretty well, even though I've only had her for like 5 months. I know her pretty well, and I know that it wasn't that bad yet. And so yeah, it really did help her eyes. In like 2 or 3 days, it got them not swollen at all, which is really good. Promotes immune function, promotes appetite, and it really does promote appetite, which is so good because she wasn't eating for like maybe like a week and a half, and I got this for her, and she started eating worms. She doesn't eat anything, like she's a really picky eater, as you guys know, so she doesn't eat anything other than like worms and sweet potatoes, which now she hates sweet potatoes, so she only eats worms, and I'm really trying to fix that, and you guys probably know my struggles with that. But this really did make her have a much larger appetite. She even got to the point where she could eat 2 whole worms a day, which doesn't sound like much for a box turtle because it's not, but for one that's kind of ill, it really is a lot for her to go from eating nothing for 1.5 weeks to eating a worm and then 2 worms a day. And also promotes vitality. So, it sounds really good. I have been using this for a few weeks, and basically what you're supposed to do is give them 1 to 2 doses a day. I always just give her, I started by giving her 1, and I might move it up to 2 doses. You give 1 or 2 doses a day for 10 days, and then give them none of it for 2 days. And so that, and then and also there are some products that you shouldn't use this with, because you don't want to be overdosing on different medicines. You don't want to be giving like 10 different medicines. It's too much. So I would probably recommend just using this if you want to use it, but you can probably use some other medicines with it, but it tells you what you should not be using it with. So basically, in here, you get, this is the 1 ounce bottle, and let me just show you. It comes with this little dropper, which I do not recommend using this when you give medicine to your turtles or tortoises or any reptile or any animal, because if they bite down on it, which they probably will, they will shatter this most likely, and it will go in their mouth if they shatter it, and you definitely do not want shattered glass in their mouth. So it comes with that. It doesn't smell awful, it doesn't smell amazing, it's okay. And then this is the syringe it comes with. Lemon, for her weight and size, she gets 0.05 milligrams. So that's tiny. That's a super tiny amount, but she is tiny compared to us. So if you compare it to the milligrams that like we would get of a different medicine, then it's going to be totally different because she's much smaller than humans, of course. So hopefully I covered everything. I feel like I didn't, but I'm going to show you guys how I give it to her. Oh yeah, it's really hard to give turtles and tortoises medicine when they're really sick and not eating, because you can't like stick it in their mouth when they open their mouth to eat, and like other reptiles like gape with their mouth when they bask. They kind of open their mouth when they bask, and then you could kind of stick the syringe in there, but turtles and tortoises don't like gape when they bask. They just kind of sit there. So it's really hard to give them medicine because, you know, they can pull their head into their shell, and they're very strong for the small animals they are. So you kind of have to get creative with how you're going to give them medicine. Medicine. But yeah, it's really kind of tricky to give them this through a syringe because, you know, you can't really open their mouths very easily. When she was eating and I gave it to her, sometimes she just doesn't have very good aim. I know she's not blind or anything because she can obviously see the worm, but she doesn't have very good aim. So sometimes she accidentally bites the syringe instead of the worm, and then I just squirt it in her mouth. But now that she's not eating again, because she was eating and then she kind of stopped eating for 2 whole weeks, and she started eating butternut squash for some weird reason. She's never liked it before, but I guess it's good that she's liking other foods. She started eating that, and I mean, that's good, but I couldn't really get the syringe in her mouth when she was eating it. But let's go try this, and hopefully that intro wasn't like 5 hours long. Probably was, but let's go try this. Okay, so I'm just going to show you guys how you actually use this, and I'm going to show you how I administer it to Lemon, because it's very tricky. So basically make sure it's closed and you just like shake it, because some stuff settles at the bottom, they said, and you want to get every single thing because you want it to be even dose. And the dosage is different for every animal's weight. So Lemon gets 0.05 milligrams, which is a very small amount. Let me see. Yeah, so these are the different weights. She is like 1.3 pounds, so I went with the one closer to her body weight because I definitely don't want to overdose it because I don't know what the side effects would be. So I'm just going with the one for animals that are 1.1 pounds. She is 1.3 though. The strange thing is, when she went off food, there's an air bubble in there, when she went off food, she actually didn't lose any weight, which is strange. Let's try and get any air bubbles out. Whoa, spilling it. Definitely don't want to be wasting any of this because it's so expensive. And I just lost so... Okay, why is this so hard for me today? And I mean, for her I do like a tiny bit more than 0.05 milligrams sometimes because she weighs a little bit more than 1.2 ounces. Let me see if... Yeah, that's good. Can this focus? There we go. So there are some air bubbles. It's not a needle or anything, so it won't kill her if there's any air bubbles in it, but I just like to try and get them out so that all the liquid can be in there. So now I'll go show you how I get this into her mouth. Okay, so here is the beautiful Lemon. Yes, her beak is a little long right now. She actually got it trimmed pretty recently. Actually, not very recently. And what is this lighting doing? Oh well, we'll just leave it like that. She got her beak trimmed and her nails trimmed like 5 months ago, so it might be time to do it again. But yeah, she, as you can see, her eyes, if I can get it to focus, which it's not, but her eyes are doing much better. And I really need to get this to focus. There we go. Her eyes are doing much better than they used to be. They're not swollen at all. They're normal. They used to be swollen until I tried this. As you can see, she doesn't look very underweight, but she hasn't eaten in a long time, so she is probably pretty underweight. But yeah, so I'm going to explain different ways that you can try. But basically the most common way is when they stick out their neck, which she's not right now, you can basically grab behind her ears. Do not press on her ears. You do not want to hurt their ears because that's very easy. They're very fragile ears. You can just grab behind their ears, and like when their neck is stretched out, it's pretty easy. I don't know if it's different for tortoises, but they have a very like soft neck and it's pretty wrinkly, so it's really hard to actually get a good grab on it, and I can never actually hold her neck out. But basically how you're supposed to be able to do it, you just grab their neck and you're supposed to be able to hold it there. Of course, do not like strain their neck, do not rip it forward or anything, just hold it in a comfortable position, and basically you just open their mouth, which I don't know, maybe I'm just bad at it, but I really can't do it for some reason. So that's an option that's never worked for me, even though I have tried, just has never really worked for me. So the other option is like what I was telling you, just when they're eating food, just put the syringe next to them, and then sometimes they'll bite on it like what she does, and that's why it's good not to use a glass one because they will bite on it. But sometimes, or they'll bite it and you can squirt it in, or you can, when they're opening their mouth, you can kind of like sneak it in there. But yeah, she's probably mad at me because I've been holding her for so long. But basically, I'm going to show you the way I do it. And she doesn't like the taste of this, but it's necessary for her health. So basically what you do, before I do this, yes, I'm going to be flipping her over for like 5 seconds, and that's definitely not bad for them. If they're laying on their back for hours and hours under the bright, hot sunlight, they can die because it's so much pressure on their their ribs, and their lungs. But this is going to be for 5 seconds, and it's totally okay. So just in case you guys are like, oh my gosh, she's going on her back, it's totally okay. Basically what I do, I flip her over and I just kind of stick the syringe like right there, and it kind of, since their mouth isn't like super, I don't know, watered tight, I guess you can say, it kind of just like goes into her mouth. Basically, you flip them over for a short amount of time, and you just squirt it. And yes, she might not get all of it in, but it's close enough, and you just make sure it goes in, and then you flip her over, and yeah, you can see she doesn't like the taste of that. That's how I know she got it, because she kind of is like, ew, that's gross, and she opens her mouth because it's gross, but then she gets more of it in. But that's basically how you give it to a turtle that you can't open its mouth any other way, or get it in any other way. That's the way that, I don't know, I just kind of found out that worked good, but now she's probably angry and she's probably like, let me down. Yeah, that's how you give it to them. That's how I've been giving it to her. And yeah, it's literally just like a tiny, tiny drop, 0.05 milligrams. But yeah, that is Lemon. She's doing good. She's strong. Yeah, and also, as you can see, I gave her a new hide. Well, she still has her 2 other hides. Her built-in hide, which she loves, but also that hide is new, and it's called like a tortoise cave. It's really big, but I figured she'll like it. As you can, wait, let me show you guys. She has her neck stretched out,
basically what you can do, you just like grab behind. Now she closed it, but you can like just grab behind. Don't like choke them or anything, just carefully grab behind them. I mean, it has to be kind of firm, but don't squeeze hard on them because they're very fragile, gentle creatures. So let me see if she'll like want to go in this hide. She probably wants to go in her other hide, which is over there. I think that's why she's always looking over there. But let's see. She's still looking over there. Look at that hide. Do you like it? I don't know. Let's see. Seems kind of light in there because it has a very big opening because it's for tortoises, of course. They need big openings. She seems to fit in there. Let me show you guys. There. Let me focus it. There we go. Now she's just chilling in there. You can see her little bum. But yeah, that's basically how you give it to turtles and tortoises. Tortoises might be a little bit different because they are a different species, but their build is very similar. So this will work for turtles and tortoises. But yeah, dosage will be different for every different animal, and even if it's a box turtle, some box turtles might be 2 pounds, some might be 1. So yeah, different doses, but that's how I do it.
So thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I sure did enjoy filming it, and hopefully this will help you guys out because that's really what I want to do. I mean, it's fun to make videos, but I really do want to help you guys out with your turtles and tortoises if they're sick. I really want to help you guys out with that because I know it's really stressful when I saw Lemon being pretty sick, which she is still a little bit sick because she isn't eating great and she's not as active as she used to be. She used to be out roaming around like 24/7. Now she's kind of slowed down. It could just be because it's the winter and it's gotten a little bit colder. But yeah, she's doing better, and hopefully this will help you guys out with your animals that are sick. Unfortunately, animals get sick, and it's always good to have money saved up because you never know when you're going to have to bring them to a vet or get some expensive medicine or anything. But yeah, hopefully you guys like this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below. And if you're new here, then tell me that you're new down below because I want to know, and thank you guys for subscribing. But yeah, turn on post notifications because I'm going to try and post every single week. I know I haven't been doing that, but I'm going to try to post every single week. But yeah, thanks for watching. Bye!